Alright guys, well it's been a long time since I had a video, and it is approaching dove season. This is the weekend or the week before opening day. So we're going to come out here and get some practice in, and what I want to feature is I decided to finally break down and get an over and under. I've been looking at these for quite a while, and I've read some good reviews. It's one of the sub 500, I guess that's the category it comes in, and but so far it looks pretty good. But I'm going to give it its first shots out here this evening. Let me show you what I got. All right, so went to Bass Pro. They had a pretty good deal going on these. I had to pick it up. So what it is a Stoeger, the Condor over and under, and when you're looking at it, man, it has a nice walnut stock on it, you can see. And I did open this up, and I cleaned it all off and put fresh oil and all that good stuff, so it is ready to go. And it's good to see that, a 5-year warranty. I think the first year you can go back to Bass Pro shops, and Bass Pro will help you along with the process if something goes wrong, and the remaining 4 years you go straight with Stoeger. But so far it's a very nice finish, very nice looking shotgun there. And the thing to watch out for, and I'll show you, I'm doing this one-handed, so when I put this together, you pop your forearm off like that. Now you can insert in, pop it into place, and I'll show you what to watch out for once I get it together here. So let me show you indoors here. It'll be a little better. At least here I have my hands free. When you're assembling this thing, make sure your lever is all the way over. You can see the pins here. If you leave them out when you try to slide your barrel in, you could damage those little pins. So first you take your forearm off, and it's just compressing the little tab, and it comes right off. Okay, so you take the two, you slide it into place like that, and then click it closed. And then you put your forearm back on. Just make sure the tab is popping out like it should. And that's all she wrote. To open it up, there you go. Now, one thing that confused me when I very first put this together, you can see this angle, and it is meant to be that way. I kept popping it open and click it shut and go, man, it's not sealing completely, you know. I kept looking and looking, but sure enough, this is supposed to have that offset. And I guess over time, I suppose it'll start creeping a little closer to a right angle, but I guess that's as the pins there start to, over time, you know, it'll start inserting into the holes there a little deeper. But that's it, and it's ready to go. Just don't, here, let me show you. Let me take the forearm back off, disassemble it, pop it open and take it off, all right? So by chance, See, that's straight up and down, and you can see the pins the way they stick out. Don't insert the gun and try to pop it into place in that position. You can see how the pins will actually get in the way, and you can damage them. So make sure that's clicked over. Right? Yeah, when I first did that, it looked kind of awkward. But that's the way it should be. Alright? Alright, so it's off to the range we go. And you can see I'm just getting a feel for it. You know, it has a totally different feel than what I'm used to. A little heavier, but not bad, right? So I'm going back and forth, and you can see I'm taking a left to right shot on that high side. And those were the first 2 shots out of that shotgun. And just takes a little practice, and you can see I'm almost getting frustrated there. I don't think I've nailed one yet, because like I said, it's just a totally different feel, and it is slightly heavier. I'm used to a Remington 1100, right? And that's been my go-to gun for a long time, but I just wanted to give this one a shot. So we decided to take the same shot, going left to right from a different position from the other side, and it makes a really tough shot, because it's, you know, I'm sure you've been there, it's almost coming at you and across, right? So it makes for a little tougher shot. But during this round I only had a couple of mishaps on this, and there you hear that kind of a thud. Turns out I had a bad shell in there, and when it fired off, it just, you know, just blah. It did not, you know, the report was really muffled, and the wad from the shell was actually stuck in the barrel. Luckily, nothing bad happened, but it wasn't due to the shotgun. It was due to an old shell. So I took a break and, you know, got everything cleaned up and ready to go. So I went back to the same spot, and this time we're going left to right, or right to left, I should say, from the low side. And for some reason I just do better going from right to left. That's just the way I shoot or something. Yeah, it's just one shot, one kill there. And it's just the way I practice. I need to practice following through on the shot. And sometimes when I'm going left to right, I don't do it correctly. But it just takes practice, right? I don't do this enough, and I should. But here we go, right to left again. And just watch me here. You can see I was anticipating that second shot. You know, you can see I was anticipating the recoil. But it was a light strike. It wasn't enough to fire off the shell. And I was thinking, oh man, what is going on here? I was thinking maybe I have to break the gun in or something. But then I started thinking, well, that was after that old shell went through, and it sprayed a lot of crap through there. So maybe that's the deal. So, you know, I'll just clean it up when I get home, and we'll keep going on from there. But I just want to get ready for dove season. You know, I'm just so used to a Remington 1100, and that's what I've been taking with me hunting for, you know, since the 80s. I've had this shotgun forever, and it's just what I've grown accustomed to. So the feel of a heavier gun definitely played a role in it. But I've been using this gun for 40 years, you know. So luckily they had these backdrops here, and so you can see the pattern of your, you know, shotgun. And I wanted to see the difference between the over and under, between the the bottom barrel and the upper barrel and see what it does. And there goes the first shot, and that's the lower barrel, and it's an improved cylinder. And you can see, if you look real close, you'll see the crosshairs on there. It's just dead nut center on it. So I went back, and you have to, I whitewashed it down in preparation for the next shot. I want to see the difference between those two barrels. So that's the shot, and it was the upper barrel, and it's a modified choke. And it looked like it's just slightly higher if you look at the crosshairs, and it's almost expected, right? So it got me curious. It's dead nut center, so I started getting curious about the 1100. I haven't, checked patterns on that in a long time. So there went the first shot, and on my 1100 it's a modified choke also. And I followed it up with a couple more shots in somewhat rapid succession there. And there we go. So that's 3 shots with the 1100, and you can see that's dead nuts on too. It's very consistent. So now I know what's going on with my patterns on these shotguns. So now it's just up to me. I just need some practice, right? Any mishap that goes on, it's due to me. The shotguns are operating perfectly. I just need to get used to that different feel of the over and under. It's not bad. It has a good solid feel. It's just a little heavier, right? So when you take it out on the field, just picture, if I'm going to be carrying that around, there'll be a little extra weight to it. But it sure is a nice shotgun. For the price, I'm so glad that I finally got an over and under after all these years. So I will be taking this out with me out on the field. This is the Condor field model, and I'm going to be testing out when dove season hits. So overall, I really like this shotgun, and I can't wait to take it out.